Joining me now, Democratic Congresswoman who always shows up, Jasmine Crockett. She serves on the House Oversight Committee, and she's certainly here tonight. Thank you for joining us. I have to exhale as a former alum of DOJ and thinking about what my colleagues are thinking tonight and wrestling with. You don't think Matt Gaetz is qualified to be the Attorney General. Tell me why.
The list is long. First of all, let me just say I thank you for your service. And I think that when you sign up to do something like work at the DOJ, it really is just that. Like, you guys aren't paid a ton of money. You can go out and make so much more money in private practice. And it's really about standing up for the United States. And so the idea that you're going to have someone that is charged with going into court on behalf of the government, someone who has historically been trying to tear it apart from the inside. Remember, this is the guy that made sure to kick out our first speaker. This is a guy that I don't know if he's ever really practiced law. I had to Google to find out if he even had a law degree, because I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing? But more importantly, this is someone who has been under investigation with the DOJ. This is someone who decided that he was going to resign today because on Friday, our ethics committee was going to vote on whether or not to release this report and potentially proceed just like they proceeded against George Santos. Now, mind you, this is an investigation that has gone on since 2021, where they have subpoenaed so many documents, and they finally reached a culmination. And for some reason, he decided to get out right before that report came out.
Is that gone? Will we not see that report ever, you think?
I don't know. I mean, right now, because he is leaving Congress, because he resigned, then the Ethics Committee has no jurisdiction over him. So it's a matter of, if he runs for the seat later, then this can absolutely come back. We don't know, because maybe he won't get confirmed, or maybe they'll skip over the confirmation process. I mean, we are just in uncharted territory. But if anybody is surprised, then I say you haven't been paying attention. Because the reality is that we have someone that is not qualified, morally or otherwise, to be president of the United States. So why would his appointments be qualified? These are people that have railed against diversity, equity, and inclusion, trying to say that diverse candidates are somehow not qualified. But the reality is that what they want to do is more of this, is put people that are not qualified in and say, well, you know what, because he's my homeboy, he is qualified. That's not enough. That is what the good old boy system has always been about. And it's why we have not ever reached our maximum potential, because we do take the real qualified people out of the running because they don't bend the knee, or because culturally their background is a little different.
How do people view him in Congress? You, of course, you have mentioned, and we've all seen, I mean, I think I know the answer. I remember how Speaker McCarthy viewed it, and even the quest to become the person to hold that gavel. We saw that throughout the wee small hours of the morning. How do you think he's viewed in light of his loyalty to Trump and frankly, his promises about what he wants to see happen to the DOJ?
In reality, I think a lot of his colleagues are probably happy that he's gone.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Even to a role like this? This is a very esteemed
They're just happy to be done with him. I'm sure. I am sure of that. There are certain people that have been thorns in the side for Republicans, potentially even more than Democrats. And Matt Gaetz is one of those people. And so they don't really care where he goes. It means for them that maybe they can go ahead and start to govern a little bit better. I don't really see it. I think that they still have plenty other thorns left that are going to cause them problems. I don't think that this is a really serious post, though. I think that he's probably going to try to get someone else through the confirmation process who's probably pretty bad. But when you compare him to Matt Gaetz, you're like, well, he's not that bad. No, he's probably still going to try to get, he knows that Matt Gaetz, I don't see Matt Gaetz making it through. I really don't.
Now, that's fascinating, the idea of what's happening in the periphery, what one must pay attention to. We'll have to see what happens. Congresswoman, a very astute point. Thank you for joining us, as always.
It's good to see you.